That breaking news, a package exploding at a Fedex facility in Texas, reportedly filled with nails. This is the fifth blast in the state in under a month. ABC's Marcus Moore is in Austin, has the latest for us. Good morning, Marcus.
Robin, good morning to you. Right now, there is urgent work to figure out if that explosion at that facility in San Antonio is connected to a series of bombings here in Austin, including one in this neighborhood where you see that hole in the ground. It was a powerful explosion caused by a tripwire that injured two men in their 20s. This morning at 12:30 a.m., police responded to an explosion at this FedEx distribution center in Church, Texas, about an hour outside of Austin.
What we know right now, there was one person that was possibly injured, possibly from the sound of the device going off.
The medium-sized box believed to contain nails and shrapnel.
There were nails in the bomb. Package was going to Austin.
As emergency personnel raced to the scene.
Give me an engine out there as well, and just in case there's any subsequent bombs.
500 state and federal law enforcement agents already scouring the city of Austin, racing against the clock to determine who could be behind 4 explosions here in less than 3 weeks.
We would like the bomber to reach out and talk to us. We think it's important to establish a dialogue to find out why is this happening.
2 people have been killed and 4 injured. The latest explosion appeared to mark a frightening new change in strategy. The suspect used a tripwire in this quiet residential neighborhood to detonate the bomb. 2 men in their 20s were badly hurt after crossing the wire Sunday night.
When I heard it was a bomb, I was really distraught, and because it was one of our friends, one of our neighbors we've known for a really long time.
There have been nearly 900 calls across the city about suspicious packages, leaving residents here on edge.
Every bomber leaves a signature because they tend to make their devices the same way every time.
And since the first explosion back on March 2nd, investigators have been trying to find any clues with these explosives to link it to the suspect, what they call trademarks, a unique piece of the bomb. That same work will be happening not only here in Austin, but also in San Antonio, David, where there is an urgent effort to figure out what caused that explosion at that FedEx facility.
All right, Marcus Moore with the Lenny, always good to have you here for the breaking news. The first thing they're going to try to do is see if this was headed to Austin to see if they can connect it to these 4 other bombs.
Correct. That's the determination at this point. And they got the best in the business downrange with ATF. They're responding to the scene. Was that device heading to Austin? So that's the million-dollar question.
But, Commander, the other question, too, is the sophistication involved in these bombs. We know that the one that happened in the last 24 hours used a tripwire. What did that tell you?
The sophistication is now at a different level. The first 3 we all know that ended up on these ports. Tripwires, it's transparent, possibly a fish wire. Anybody could have detonated that thing, a child.
It did not rule out the possibility of a hate crime. You had Black and Hispanic victims. Now you've had white victims in the last 24 hours. So the motive's still a mystery here? What does that tell you?
Yeah, the motive is, and you can't rule out anything at this point. You got several hundred law enforcement downrange following up with these leads and whatnot. So nothing can be ruled out. You're chasing a ghost, and they can't rule out anything at this point.
But you were telling me you suspect this person's listening and watching all this coverage.
I think somebody's paying attention. I really do. I think they're throwing a curveball at law enforcement, possibly going after a residential area and planting this device in a residential area. These 2 guys happen to be walking down the street. They detonate this thing, and the public needs to remain vigilant. They got to keep their eyes and ears open and see something, say something, and do something.
And Commander, for the public watching, what's behind all the public overtures to the potential suspect?
Well, that's the million-dollar question as well. I've got my own personal opinions. You're in Texas. Everybody's focusing on the weapons, the AR-15s and whatnot. Is somebody sending a sick message? I can certainly kill a lot of people with bombs. Who knows? I mean, what the motive is. But right now, like I said, they're chasing a ghost, and they got to figure out and identify somebody.
All right, Commander Lenny DePaul, always good to have you.
Thank you.